My name is Beverly C. Foster. I was born and raised in Wallaceville, the community of Chickamauga, Georgia, here in Walker County, Georgia. I am the museum director of the Walker County African American Museum and Multicultural Center. I am the president and founder of the Walker County African American Historical and Alumni Association, Incorporated. The Walker County African American Museum and Multicultural Center came about through some complex reasoning. When we look around Walker County, we see multiple statues of Confederate soldiers and Confederate heroes and all kind of interpretive signs of the Civil War, and antebellum homes like the March House, the Shaw House, Gordon Lee Home Place, as my mother would call it. And they all predicted us as the downtrodden, enslaved people. But that only lasted for 32 years. Walker County was organized in 1833, and the Civil War was over with in 1865. But the county concentrates on those few years in their environmental expression and in their history telling of Walker County. So we asked the city of Layette if we could place a monument in the Joe Stock Park area to honor the African Americans in Walker Counties, some of their accomplishments beyond the enslavement years, what we had done in the past 150 or 160 years or so. What Black History Month means to me is that African Americans were the first cultural group to have a month or a week. We started out with a week to celebrate our legacy and heritage. And what it means to me today at this point in my life is that it means a lot, because it's a time when people focus in depth on what African Americans have contributed to the United States and to the world. And I think we should be very proud that we led the way for Asian History Month, Native American History Month, Women History Month. We led the way for all those months because we were the first to start it, and we started it exactly 100 years ago this year. How has African American culture influenced me as a person? I grew up in a home with a Black father and a Black mother. They taught me the basics of being a Black person. And when you said the basics of Black person, what do you mean? But it was important to them that their children become educated, because they said no one can take your education away from you. And that was one of the number one things that was taught in the Black community. Everywhere you went, you got to get educated. You must be educated. Those were things that were in our rural Black community that was constantly taught, to have faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, to get a good education, and to own property. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions about Black excellence that all cultures misunderstand. And I think there's a misconception of white excellence that all cultures misunderstand. Excellence in a community is not Venus or Serena Williams. I'm not saying they're not excellent in their field. Excellent not a Billy D. Williams, and I'm not saying he's not excellent in his field. Excellent is not a Denzel Washington, and I'm not saying he's not excellent in his field. President Barack Obama. I'm not saying he's not excellent in his fields. Those are excellence. But the major excellence in a community is a father and a mother raising their family together as a unit and helping the children to become productive members of the society. Black excellence and excellence in any community is a community that can pull together and become successful. Because if the least one fails, the whole community fails. And it's not just the outstanding ones. It's not the talented tenth. It's everyone who has become successful and contributed positively to their community. It's the Roper employee that does something like this and go to work every day and pay his bills. That's Black excellence.